So now we're about to start our volume reteach. So for the volume reteach, we're going to be doing 2 questions together, and then you're going to have 2 questions on your own in order for you to get credit back for your volume test grade. If you get them both right, you get a 90. If you get one of them right, you get a 70. If you miss both of them, then you're going to have to try again. So let's go ahead and get started on the ones we're doing together. Michaela is making a party favors for her sister's birthday. She is using cone-shaped birthday hats filled with candy. Each birthday hat has a diameter of 4.5 inches and a height of 3.9 inches. What measurement is closest to the volume of each hat in cubic inches? So we have a cone right here, and we're going to go ahead and label it with the information we gave us ourselves. It has a diameter of 4.5. Diameter goes all the way across, is 4.5, and a height of 3.9. So from the base right here to that vertex is going to be 3.9. Okay, so I have those measurements that were in my problem written down on my figure. And then we're going to say, okay, it's asking us for the volume. So I'm going to go ahead and look under my formula chart. Under my volume section, I have a space for a cone, and I see that my formula is 1/3 base times height. Now I have a capital B here, and that tells me that I'm not just looking for a single number. I'm going to be looking for the area of the base. So I need to identify my base. Well, my base here is a circle. So if I'm looking for the area of a base and my base is a circle, that means I'm looking for the area of a circle. So my area of a circle formula is pi r squared. This is what I'm going to be using to find B. So in order to use this formula, I need r, the radius. Well, I don't have my radius. Right now I have the entire across of the circle, which is my diameter. So d is 45, but if I divide that by 2, I can now get my radius. So 4.5 divided by 2 is 2.25. So r equals 2.25. So I have pi times 2.25 squared. We can multiply these in our calculator. My actual pi button times 2.25 squared. And I get 15.90. So 15.9 is going to be capital B. So we can make our table. I got 15.9. 15.9 here. 1/3 is just 1/3. H, my height, is the distance from the base to the vertex, which right here was 3.9. And then I'm just going to go ahead and multiply these 3 numbers. So in our calculator, control divide brings up an empty fraction. 1/3 times 15.9 times 3.9, and I end up with 20.67. which rounds up to 20.7. That matches answer choice B. Men's basketball has a diameter of 9.5 inches. A youth basketball has a diameter of 8.8 inches. Which measurement is closest to the difference in volumes of the men's basketball and the youth basketball in cubic inches? So we have 2 basketballs. Let's go ahead and first do the men's one. Then we'll do the youth one. So both of these are basketballs, so both of these are spheres. It's asking me for the difference in volume, so I'm going to go ahead and use my volume formula, which is 4/3 pi r cubed. And then it's going to be the same formula over here. So in order to do this one, I am going to need r, the radius. So the men's basketball has a diameter of 9.5. So d is 9.5, but I don't want d, the diameter. I want r, the radius. So we're going to divide by 2. 9.5 divided by 2 in my calculator is 4.75. So r is 4.75. And then looking at the youth basketball, has a diameter of 8.8. But I don't want the diameter of 8.8. I want the radius. So we're going to divide by 2. And my radius is 4.4. Okay, so now that I have both of those in, I can plug them in. 4/3 is just 4/3. Pi is just pi. R cubed is going to be 4.75 cubed. And we're going to go ahead and type that all in my calculator at once, multiplying them. So 4/3 times my pi button times 4.75. Now, in order to get cubed next to my x squared button, I have this caret button that allows me to plug in any exponent I want. In this case, I want an exponent of 3, and then I click enter, and I end up with 448.92. So this is for the men's. Now let's go ahead and do the youth. 4/3 is just 4/3, pi is just pi. For our cubed here, however, we have 4.4 cubed, and we're going to go ahead and multiply all those at once. Control divide, I can type in 4/3 times my pi button, which is next to the h, times 4.4. I use my little caret button again to have an exponent of 3, and I end up with 356.82. So it's asking me for the difference between them, so we're going to go ahead and subtract these. You get a different color. So we're going to go ahead and subtract these. 448.92 minus 356.82 in my calculator, and I end up with 92.1. 92.1, so that's A. Because remember it asked which is the closest. Closest was 92, because I got 92.1. Now, fortunately for us, on your reteach question, you're only going to have to find the volume of one sphere. You're not going to have to do two and find the difference. So you're just going to have to do the formula one time and then get your answer. And then we have a cone just like we did before. So go ahead and do the 2 retest questions to see what your new grade is going to be.